hands together for the first National Clinical Optometry Conference, NCOC 2016.
I personally believe that this is an opportunity for the students to explore the best out of it. This 2-day session will be an eye-opening for all my students present out here and the professionals present, the mentors, the teachers, everyone. And this will create a signature event for the department years to come, with more number of participants across the state, across the country. And I hope that the guidance of the industry stalwarts, the professionals across the country will help us to build a center of excellence tomorrow.
It is the first of its kind. This Department of Optometry is going to organize this first national conference, and I feel proud of it that it is a conference of having numerous distinguished experts and galaxy of experts from dais and out of dais.
We have, as the speaker said in the opening remarks, that we have only 7,000 optometrists in India for a population of 125 crore people. You have tremendous potential, tremendous scope. Be sincere and be honest, and you will go a long way in your life.
This is the first time any institution has tried to organize a conference. I normally go to many schools to present lectures and to preside over small seminars, maybe for hours or for half a day. But a 2-day conference I've never seen being organized by any institutions. That itself talks about leadership at both levels, which is happening in this institution, and which is very encouraging for all of us.
I congratulate the members of organizing committee once again and wish the 2 days of great knowledge and companionship for all of you. Thank you.
On behalf of the organizing committee of the first National Optometry Conference, would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all who are directly and indirectly involved in this conference to make it a grand success. I wish you all happy knowledge sharing. Thank you very much.
I also think that yes, optometry is changing, and not only changing, but the pace of change is now getting really, really faster. So it is very important for all of us to ensure that while we know the core domain of optometry, we also embrace the know-how which is periphery to the development of optometry and vision science.
What is refractive surgery? For the students, I would like to say, this is a procedure by which you get rid of your contact lenses or glasses. This is a procedure in which the LASIK machine reshapes the cornea so that the focal length of the eye is adjusted and you are not dependent on your glasses and contact lenses. What is the role an optometrist can play in the refractive surgery procedures? Number one, patient selection. I will take 2 minutes on this slide, please. Everybody is not a candidate for the laser procedure. We have to pick and choose the right scientific candidate. In this process, the optometrist is the ideal person to do the selection and to counsel the patient which procedure is good for you, which is not. We have to do a test which is most important, which is called pentacam, OpScan, or topography. Refraction is the most important part of the refractive procedure. No LASIK machine in the world can test the prescription of the eye. It is the number which you feed into the machine will correct. So if the refraction is not proper, you will not get 100% scientific result. The patient wants 100% freedom from glass and contacts, so the refraction has to be done again and again by various methods to see that you are feeding in the correct number in the LASIK machine. You have to move with the times. Be open to learn. Be open to say, yes, I want to learn. You should be thirsty for knowledge every day. You have to move with the times. There were no soft lenses there. There was no disposable lenses then. There were no refractive procedures then. There was no intraocular lenses then. You have to adapt. You have to grow. A time is going to come that very soon, in the next 10 years or so, we will have one drop which will take care of your entire cataract. There will be no cataract surgery. This is what research is going on in America.
There's a time for introspection. Today we need to decide what next and where to go from here and what is the path what we need to take. I think all of us know that we have the maximum blindness in the whole world, and in 1975 government decided that blindness has to be taken on a very serious issue, and they created a separate department in Ministry of Health which was called National Control for Prevention of Blindness, which looked into how to remove, how to prevent, and how to eliminate blindness from India. And policymakers at that time, they were very, very smart, they were very, very focused, and they exactly were very serious about this. And they realized that there is a need for an alternative profession. If country has to eliminate blindness, there is a need for somebody else who could take care of primary eye care, who has diagnostic and therapeutic rights. And they created a profession in 1975 which could take care of primary eye care need of the country. This is your home. Vision care is your home. You have to move out from your home to look into the territory that this is where the growth is going to happen. And most of the growth will happen in healthcare, in eye care, in refractive surgery. And all those new areas, you must be ready to explore your future potential.
Today, the spectacles and contact lenses are just not worn for the healthcare need. They are also worn because of aspirations and fashion wear needs also. In recent 20th, 21st century, there have been changes. Online have been a recent purge. There have been a lot of development in the online business, but the real challenge is online is still to get the recognition as a healthcare profession. As far as manufacturing of the lenses are concerned, a lot of development has happened in the lens processing industry. The traditional surfacing is now over. Most of the lenses are now made by the digital process. CNC technology is very popular. Now, the old cast iron made tools are no more used to surface the lenses. All lenses are surfaced and designed on the computer generated machines.
We as optometrists, we are actually offering vision to people, and we are offering, a better life. We are adding value to people's life. So we are all here to create a legacy for ourselves. So we should be proud to be a part of this profession. So we can create awareness among the people by asking them to take online eye tests which are available today in various platforms. Teleoptometry is another concept which we could look at. Morning, Dr. Krishnendu Sarkar did mention that telemedicine. So teleoptometry can also be done. Okay, you are sitting at a remote place and you want to get the expert opinion of a doctor sitting in a big city. So you could always capture images and then send it to them and get a update on the diagnosis and on the treatment.
अगर कोई को 6 विजन नहीं है, the first thing we will do is Amsler chart. Amsler chart देखे हो सब लोग? Just like a graph paper. Ask the patient to look at the center, close one eye, look at the center. अगर बगल वाला लाइन स्ट्रेट है ना टेढ़ा है, अगर थोड़ा सा भी टेढ़ा है या डार्क शैडो दिख रहा है, possibility he may be developing macular edema, damage to the macula, पानी जम रहा है macula.
Well, so routine workup, refraction, spectacle dispensing is of course that I have put in the center because it's the most done. Contact lenses, early detection of and referral to the ophthalmologist. So we are in a system wherein it is better and it is needed that we work along with ophthals. Detection of diseases, of course, public awareness, orthooptics, tonometry, low vision. So those were the areas where currently, yes, optometrists are working, but there are other areas or avenues which are yet to be explored. Vision therapy, glaucoma management, epidemiology, public awareness. Research is one, of course, a thing which is coming up in India. And of course, there is dry eye management and retinal glaucoma diagnosis. We all know about Vision 2020. So by 2020, the role of optometrist should be such that preventable blindness can be totally eliminated. As we don't have anyone to regulate us, the council, the Optometry Council of India, which is a self-regulatory body, wants all the optometrists to self-regulate and to practice in a proper way, so that when we go to the government and tell that yes, we are optometrists and we know these skills, the government is convinced.
We all know this data. I've been hearing from years, 80% of blindness is easily avoidable. But unfortunately, we are in a country where 60% of population is rural, where even proper resources are not there. The infrastructure is still not developed for that, so the resources can be provided at those places. 4 out of 10 adults are not able to visit the consultant or visit the eye care practitioners actually. We are the professionals. Where patients see towards us, they come with a problem, and we are very happy giving 6/6 to the patient. That's only the role for us. We need to think beyond that actually.
I'm talking about the people who cannot be benefited with optometry eye care services. Those people are being depriving in the society. And you can understand if you don't want to work, if you're not working, how it is dependency on the family, community, and your own self. The working condition, the environment, and the placement on the grounds of suitability of the job, not on the pity, charity, or sympathy. Mind you, visually impaired people do not require your sympathy or pity.
Next is the new mount frame. New mount frame is mostly, there will be only a metal thing, like this one is the half frame. Only support will be there on the nose bridge and the 2 temples.
Opticians don't sell frame or lens only, they sell solutions. A solution has to achieve desired objectives, and if the desired objective is not achieved, it will not be accepted.
Then we did slit lamp examination to understand their ocular conditions and indirect ophthalmoscopy to study their retina. This was the LV Prasad functional vision questionnaire which was allotted to them, and we had categorized them using blindness and visual impairment definition in ICD-10, which are these categories of visual impairment. Results showed that out of 121 visually impaired, 109 were male while 12 were female, and according to the grades, 48% of the students were from grade 4 visual impairment and 26% were from the grade 5 visual impairment, which is the highest visual impairment grade.
Ensure there is sufficient desk space for the arrangement of all the necessary things. Avoid clutter or crowding by adding shelves or file cabinets. There should be frequent blinking, short micro breaks should be taken, screen should be 50 to 70 centimeter away from the user, proper working distance for works reading glasses should be maintained, regular eye examinations, and inform eye care practitioner about your usage.
As you all know what is optometry, I want to recall it once. Optometry is an independent healthcare profession concerned with the eyes and related visual structures as well as vision, visual systems, and visual information processing in humans. Optometrists are trained to prescribe and fit lenses to improve vision and are trained to diagnose and treat treat various eye diseases.
As you know, we all face as an optometrist in India to have lots of challenges to make understand the government what is optometrist about. So even the same problem we had it over there. Advertising, yes, financial constraint was there. Marketing and awareness with the public domain, but later on we got a very good support. Media came and many local newspaper, TV channels, and everybody they had a cover up of the projects, especially what we did it.
Once you classify it, analyze it, identify alternatives, what else can be done, what are the options available, accessing each alternative, choose one of them, what can be done, implement, and evaluate whether the problem was solved or not. I mean, always make sure that you do a follow-up once you solve the problem and check whether they are comfortable or not. You go through the entire record of the patient, what he or she was wearing earlier, what was the prescription, how long back it was, the refraction was done, what was the kind of glasses one or she is used to.
The Vision 2020 program has been introduced in India, and this has been a boon for optometrists because it has created the demand. The Indian economy has gone up and is doing well. People have money in their pockets and they are willing to spend. There are insufficient human resources. In rural India, as you can see, there is one ophthalmologist for 219,000 people. 70% ophthalmologists are where 23% of the population stay. That is the towns.
Prediction is not the demand of the hour. Rather, optometry or the science of vision, optometry needs you and not prediction. As the previous speaker has already told, the infrastructure is there, the tools are there, you have to be self-prepared and face the world, the market is there to receive.
The idea of events like this is knowledge sharing, and I sincerely thank the management of NSHM College for having given me this opportunity to be amongst you all. We have been regularly having students from NSHM as interns, and many of them have been working with us also today as optometrists. Our great nation India is celebrating its National Science Day today, and this day is celebrated as National Science Day to commemorate the discovery of Raman effect. You all know Raman effect. It was exactly on 28th of Feb 1928, Sir C.V. Raman, he invented this Raman's effect. And so today is also the National Science Day, and it's also doubly special because NSHM is having this great scientific event, and it's also more special because C.V. Raman did his research in Kolkata, and that discovery was made in Kolkata. We are a little away from Kolkata. We are in Durgapur today, but I'm sure time would bring up maybe a Nobel laureate out also in this group, because I can only see students out here. All the best.
See that there is a touch, but while blinking, the fluorescence is there passing over the corneal apex. So this kind of touch you can allow. Location generally mainly controlled by the varying diameter. So you need to change the diameter and to get a proper location of the lenses. So along with the diameter also have a role of a optimum edge lift. So edge lift and the diameter, two things actually controls the centration of the contact lens.
If we need to have any kind of advocacy at the government level, you need to go with the numbers. If you expect somebody, because you can't go at the government level, every individual start going has become very difficult. So that's where we have the National Association. So until unless the numbers are not there, you'll not get it.
Biomechanics is actually a study of function and structure of human system. Not only human system, it can define the structure and function of plants, animals, organs, and any cells. It was suspected that corneal biomechanical parameters have a good role in diagnosis diseases or to diagnose any future disease also.
It is my pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks of this valedictory session on behalf of NSHM Knowledge Campus, NCOC Organizing Committee, and all who have helped to make this event such a success. This 2 days national conference is another milestone for us, for NSHM.